What's the most moves you've prepped? Let me check that. Let's see if I can find the first two games that come to mind. Oh yeah, I was sharing my OTB game against Ben Feingold, my previous stream. We just had our match. So this is chess-based, first of all, and it's a file of the 1,541 games of mine that are publicly accessible. Most of these are over-the-board games or Title Tuesday games, but any games that come from serious tournaments make this sort of database. Doesn't London Theory get up to as many as 30 moves? Maybe in some lines, but very often in London, you'd at least for myself included, I play the setup and then I know a lot of ideas going into the middle game. But if we're talking about pure opening theory, then it's more about specific lines. So the first one I want to search for is against Foisor. Yeah, this one. This one is memorable because I played some novelty pretty early. And I was prepped through move 18. And I basically blitzed out the first 18 moves. And my opponent had to use over an hour on the clock. I believe this is Sabina Foisor's sister, Mihaela-Veronica. And it came from a Queen's Gambit declined. But then very quickly it got sharp. I played this more confrontational knight a6 move. Idea knight b4. And then white's preparing a3. So the way to justify knight b4 is to play g6 to set up this. And she plays a3. I blitz out bishop f5. And when I was preparing this line, at first it looks like bishop f5 loses a piece because of e4. Now two things are attacked. And it actually does lose a piece. But black can get away with sacking it. The point is, after takes, I leave my knight on b4. And I remember I prepared all of this maybe about 40 minutes before the game. And white can't take on b4 because black's counterplay is overwhelming. D4 then hangs. So the knight just stays there. She takes on f6. I take back. My knight just stays on b4. It's never good for white to take. Take here. The knight still can't be taken now because here if king d1, rook e8. And then some nice skewer. Oh yes, my Tuesday. Tournament starts in about 18 or 19 minutes. Anyway, so this is still all prep. I play king d8, knight f3. It still doesn't look great because I lost casting rights. But I was still prepared. Key move queen e7 to basically force a queen trade. After takes, pawn can't be taken because there's a pin, and then takes. Yeah, king e7 was still prep too to get the king to d6. And yeah, I had this position on my computer before the game. I knew it was equal, but eventually I managed to push for a win. Now there was a mistake with this PGN because I definitely did not play rook ac8 because this would blunder knight takes f7. So I'm pretty sure I played rook f8 first. And then something happened, but eventually I got a winning endgame. So that was one game. The other game was against Kashlinskaya, but it was part of this I'm Not a GM Speed Chess Championship. Maybe it was this one? Yeah, it was this one. I've had a few games like this. It's the deepest line in the Casa-Corley variation. Casa-Corley, I think, was the first player to play this or discover this. So after knight g5, my opponent plays e4. And then, yeah, it's a very nice sequence of prep, starting with knight takes e4, and then knight takes h3. Black sacks a piece, but this is already a very strong attack. And then after e5, I was still prepared with this move rook takes e5. And white can't take back because bishop c5 is just deadly. So I guess this is also 18 moves of prep. But I'm not sure if maybe 18 is my maximum. Unless, wait, I played Paravyan in this. Let me search for one more game. A few weeks ago, I played Paravyan. in the Scotch line. This is not the most impressive prep. This is 4-night Scotch. We basically went straight from the opening to the end game in this somewhat trendy line where we just trade off everything. I was prepared basically through 16 moves. I think I'm supposed to play... Wait, what's the line here? Yeah, bishop f3 is the move to start with. Bishop f3, king f8, and then rook b8. And then rook e8, then h4. So I kind of mixed up my prep. Maybe I'll get this again today. We'll see. Very high draw percentage, but white's the one pushing. Like there's been a few games where white wins. The most notable one is Caro-Kann Vidit from last year. It's sometimes fun to like go through old games. But I'm not on the level of Fabi where I'm blitzing out 25 moves of prep. Hey Eric, great advice for that Italian place for my friends and I. Oh, referring to... I was like wondering, like Italian opening? But probably referring to the nice Italian restaurant in St. Louis. Yeah, shout out to Edera. They have good food. When's the course coming out? Yeah, it's... obviously it's taking way longer than expected, but... I hope before the end of the year. At the very least, I hope to like provide some just free sample PGNs. But before I release anything, I want to make sure it's good quality. The Castle line, yeah, I've so much analysis in like the Castle line, but also the Cambridge Springs and so many other things. So just want to make sure it's like organized, accessible, thorough. It's a lot of like factors to keep in mind. I think I started working on it about a year ago. It's basically going to be a full repertoire against 1d4. Like the more I work on it, the more I realize there's just more lines to cover. So at some point I'm going to have to just put a stop and release what I have. And probably have a system of being able to add things as time goes on. Does Eric have any center game prep? I never understood the point. Yeah, I also have not really understood the point of the center game. I mean, it's an opening to play to, I guess, try and get a fresh position. But in some sense, it does lose a little bit of time. Like center game is this position. And then usually the queen goes, I think, to e3 or c4 is also kind of trendy. But the idea is to like very quickly castle queen side and then get some attack on the king side. And some players don't quite know what to do as black. Like there's a key line to know if you're playing against this as black. Best move is knight f6. But then if e5... What's the line? e5, knight g4, queen e2, d6 I think is important. Black sacks a pawn but gets a lot of development. Engine says black is happy. So more players play knight c3 and then bishop e4. And Stockfish slightly likes black, but it's playable. Sometimes it's a common weapon in blitz for white to like just try and attack quickly. Okay, I do want to keep an eye on the tournament starting in less than 9 minutes. I still need to make an h5 emote. Maybe I should have like an emote contest, emote design contest. If there's any graphic designers out there. Any chance for some Stafford games today? If I get really tilted, maybe I'll play a Stafford. What are your goals for Title Tuesday? Being solid, gambits. I mentioned it earlier. So last week, I was also around this rating. Let me switch the scene. Like I'm very close to my peak rating. And last week's Title Tuesday, I lost about 50 points. So today I want to, I mean, generally it's not great to be just purely rating focused. Like ideally I just want to play good moves and play interesting chess. But it would be nice to not lose that many points. Yeah, my peak rating, I've actually been playing a decent amount of chess off stream. And I hit my peak a few days ago of 28-14. So it would be nice to try and get back up there, but it's not easy. Like every opponent is going to be titled. Can you play the bird opening, Eric, at your level? I don't usually play the bird opening unless I'm inspired in some way. Although, yeah, a few months ago I played Magnus Carlsen and he crushed me with a bird. The game is probably, let me see if I can find it. So I've had 3 games against Carlsen that have made it to this database. And yeah, this was the most recent one. The bird is a word, especially when Magnus plays it. So we can look from his point of view. Yeah, I was completely outclassed this game. Like he just expanded and then kept the space advantage and then just rolled over on the king side. Something interesting happened towards the end. Like he's very close to getting to my king. I was kind of holding on. And then, yeah, then d5 and d6 is a threat. I play queen b6, hoping he plays this so I can checkmate him. He plays bishop c1. And I was really trying to create some mating idea. But then he played this move. And when he played this move, I was streaming. The video's on YouTube. I thought he blundered because he overlooked bishop takes eventually, or the fact my bishop could take. But the problem is whatever I take with e7 is coming. And then, yeah, like here, if he takes first, I take back with bishop. But he starts with the check, and then he takes, and then it's mate. So it was kind of sad. But it was also kind of cool playing Magnus. So, enough reminiscing about the past. Tournament starts in about 3 minutes. A lot of people want me to check the Kramnik blog. I don't really have time for that right now. I'm sure that words are being said. Also, I should clarify that myself and Eric Hansen are 2 separate people. There's a lot of times where people will mention Eric in the chess world, and then it's kind of ambiguous. But in many of those cases, they're referring to Eric Hansen and not Eric Rosen. So just something to keep in mind. I mean, I used to technically be roommates with Eric Hansen too, so that time I think it was even more confusing. Wait, did Kramnik mention... I don't have the time or desire to think about this right now, but if Kramnik mentioned Eric and didn't specify Hansen, then I guess I understand why people are now coming here and asking me like what's happening. So maybe because of that, maybe I'll take a look during the break and give my 2 cents. Oh, heart rate monitor. Thanks for the reminder. There's always one person who is able to provide the reminder. Okay, so as usual, chat will be in emote-only mode. People are welcome to get in their last words of free speech before everyone has to use emotes. Okay. Hey, it's Trevlar.
Good luck.
Thank you, Trevlar. Yeah, you're still able to say words if bits are attached to them. Appreciate it. Okay. Here we go. Is this muted? There we go. A6, bishop d3. Okay. What's this line? E5, wow. So I think the bishop wants to return to c4 before I play d3. Are we going to see this move? No. And it's a little bit passive.
At work, but I'll watch the stream later.
Yeah, really got nothing from this opening. What to do? Knight should probably be on c4. Bishop d2, no. Bishop e3. Not liking my position. And then e4 too. F3. There's f4. Seems like a very delicate position. So I do defend against mate. I'm trying to apply the advice that Ben Feingold gave to me. Just play quick. You can never play too fast. Especially in blitz or rapid. Trying to take in queen g3 probably. Or queen f4. Idea is to trap the knight. Rook e4. Threatening this and something maybe. Take. There we go. Okay. Took some work. That was a wake-up call. Heart rate exceeded 100. Not surprising. What's up, Just Add Blue? Okay. Yeah, I think the opening was questionable. Like knight d2 is a common maneuver, usually intended to play this and this, but in this position, it's probably a little bit too slow. Probably should castle. Let's see. Yeah, castle, leave the tension. This is not my peak rating. Peak rating is 2814. So 10 points away. It's going to be hard to maintain, though, because, I mean, I only get 2 points for a game like this. It's, like, very hard fought. At some points, yeah, like around here, I thought I was very close to losing. I was scared of this move, f5. And even here, like, the prospect of bishop d6 looked very scary. And white should be worse. It's okay. Well, it's holding on. Oh yeah, bishop d6, I have f5, which, a nice counterattack. Yeah, inching closer to 2900. So, next game, ooh, it's Magnus. So I'm tied with Magnus and Hikaru. And a lot of other players too. It's crazy, like Magnus and Hikaru are still about 500 points higher rated than me. I'm at my peak. That's so crazy. Oh, Magnus won earlier. I heard about some mouse slip at some point. Yeah, around here then, things were kind of swaying in my favor. Got some nice initiative. Queen g3, I think, was the point of no return for black. It's a common idea where I hit the g pawn, but I'm also threatening to take on h6. Okay. Here we go. Opponent prepared. Kind of just making something up here. Not sure if it's good. Not a move you see too often. c3, then I probably take. And then probably bishop e7. Yeah, queen's a bit misplaced on a5. Queen h5, I have g6, and then I'm hitting the knight as well, so queen e2 would have to be played. My idea is to play knight c6 and e5. c4 might come. Knight b3 might come. e4 might come. Okay, so we see c4. Knight b3, queen b6. Probably want to play knight d7, like knight f8 or knight f6. A little bit underdeveloped here. If I take some c2, okay. And if queen b4, queen b4 maybe. Not pretty. And queen's almost trapped, but a3 I have queen a4. And queen e8 maybe. Yeah, and some kind of damage control right now. Queen d3, g6. Maybe I should have played knight d7. But e5 is now an idea. Take. Huh. F6 feels so weird, but e5 is hard to stop now. Queen d3, the idea is g6. F4 might be coming. F4 probably I grab space. Problem is queen d4. I'm not quite in time. Still might have to go for this. And bishop e1, bishop c3. Be very surprised if white doesn't play this move. Yeah. I think I want to play rook d7. I have to defend first. Rook c7. Bishop d4 is coming. At least my bishop found a happy place. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, that's not good. There's a potential stalemate idea with a pawn promotes. It's not happening though. Okay. What to do? I just blundered c4. Oh no, my peak rating. It was I think a nice looking position. Maybe like objectively equal. It's so close. And then when bishop e2 was played, like I was so focused on whatever my plan was. I don't even know I was trying to get the king here. I didn't register my bishop was attacked. Yeah, I think I have to take, and then yeah, maybe white's still for choice. b5's coming. And if I play f5, we could trade. Let's see. Yeah, best to trade off all the bishops. White's still slightly for choice, but okay, not much time. Here we go. I try and rebound. Bishop e5 would be a bad pre-move. This is some theory, I think. Pretty sure f5 is a move. I don't remember much beyond this. Some bishop h3 at some point, or knight g5. I feel like if I can provoke knight f8, it's some success. Calculating knight g5, take, queen h5, g6, take, we trade. Knight g6, rook ae1. As black could take on e5 in that line. So the calculation is takes, queen here, g6, take. We trade queens. Knight takes e5, and then rook ae1. And then I should win back the pawn. Oh, there's also bishop f6, which be even nicer. Black is going after c2. So I have this move. And this is multi-purpose, like defending but also preparing the double up. Because knight d4 also defends this. b4 I probably play this. Hit c5. Okay, bishop f6, rook g8, g4. g4 right away also. I did block the bishop, but I basically get a tempo for free. And I'm less interested in this pawn now. More interested in something else probably. Bishop here. Maybe even rook f7. Bishop e7 here. There's a funny line. Take. Oh, I can just take the pawn too. But then knight f8 there. Or knight. It's hard to judge. I feel like I'm missing something, but what to do? And this is a more positional approach. I am giving knight f5. going after this pawn. I want to play h4 or h3. Let's go. That was my only hope. That was my only hope. Let's go. Chess is a draw. Okay. Opponent played so well to grind me down there. Wow. Wow. That was probably the last game of the round, too. Wow, what a game. Okay. I mean, I want to follow that with a Stafford Gambit. Not because I'm tilted, just because I'm happy. I want even more happiness. I did lose some rating there, but that's okay. That sometimes brings me more joy than actually winning a game. Okay, so this is round 4. Looking forward to having a break. Opponent taking time. And there's a very basic... Okay, yeah, bishop. I guess that's why white was delaying d3. Play h6. Okay, have something fresh. A little bit imbalanced. White has this pawn majority. Not really a majority, just a scary group of pawns. I think I have to take. Now it's knight for bishop. I mean, f5, f5, e4. Let's go for it. There's potential for bishop g4, bishop e6. Although e4, maybe I just leave the tension. I play rook f6, and I think the plan in general is to double up. I'm doing well on time. Yeah, I'm imagining like if I can get my knight to d4, that would be nice. I'm trying to make a gun. Queen f8 incoming. I'm not sure how great this actually is. It looks cool though. Opponent wants to hurt me. g5. g5, bishop h5. If I play f4, bishop g4. I think f4 probably still makes sense. I'm grabbing space. Yeah, bishop's entering, but I mean, maybe at some point I can sack. It might be worth it, although maybe not right away. I mean, honestly, still looks good. And especially given this is blitz, just should be an easier position to play for black. They get a pawn forward, they get a monster knight. This rook is out of play. White's gonna try and use the c file. I mean, probably I take the pawn and play rook f7, and then maybe someday go for f3. Okay. Okay. That was a cool game. Nice to have a break now. Yeah, it started as kind of imbalanced type of structure. These structures can happen from the, I think maybe more common from the Spanish, but also Italian. And then, yeah, I was happy with this decision just to sack. So if I leave the bishop there, then it's a bit uncomfortable. It's gonna try and use the c file. So now I can kind of cool down a little bit. 2.5 out of 4 on a +1 score. Oh, was Hikaru reacting to the stalemate trap? Someone, I hope someone clipped Hikaru's reaction. There's been at least one other occasion Hikaru reacted to a stalemate trap of mine. Yeah, because recently Hikaru was commentating the game I played against Danya. And it made for good YouTube content. But I actually ended up like messaging Hikaru's team and asking for the clip of him commentating against Danya, because sometimes the clips or VODs don't get saved. Oh, he watched it. Ah, did he see it coming though? Yeah, I guess if that was the last game of the round, then maybe a lot of other streamers were also potentially watching it. Maybe there's potential for a compilation of everyone reacting to that. Welcome back to G Spades.
Also, tournament.
Yes, tournament. We're on the tournament break. Okay, what does the engine think of my exchange sack? Oh, he didn't see it coming. Ah. Nice. But does anyone have a clip? Yeah. Okay. So I tried for a Stafford this game. Didn't get it. I'm just zooming through. I just want to check this moment here. Rook takes e6. Is the best move. Okay, that makes me happy. In the moment, I thought maybe the engine won't like this move, but even the engine understands. Thank you, Shiggy. Happy 9 months. Yeah, so the reason, the reason was I calculated until this position, but not really. Thank you, Gary, gifting 5. Welcome back. Oh yes, my hype train. Yeah, so basically, if I don't take, it's very hard to do anything as black. Like, I'm just kind of stuck. And white has a clear plan. Like, even if I play g5, white's going to take, and then use the c file. Probably this, and like rook c7 or queen c7. Bishop's covering g4. And the thing to understand about this position is my knight is really bad. I wonder if I could have considered this move. But here, maybe white can take and take. So anyway, the dream was to get my knight here. And then the way to do that is to deflect this pawn from controlling the square. So
2 years of glorious entertainment and education. Cheers, Eric.
Oh, thank you, Tom Kitching. Yeah, so that's why I sacked. The exchange is... Then the position becomes so easy to play for black because the knight gets in, the pawn hangs. White still can try and make use of the c-file, but as we saw in the game, it wasn't so easy. My knight just kind of stayed here. And then I was able to focus on the king side. Okay, start with b5. During the Grand Prix attack game, I didn't take a pawn that was undefended. Which game? Let's see. Actually, you might have to specify which round, because neither game was a true Grand Prix attack. Both white games I had were like attempted Grand Prix Sicilian, but went into slightly different variations. Towards the end of round 3. Okay, let's take a look. Odds are I was in time trouble and I just missed it. But let's see. Oh, so this game, okay. Going back. There was a pawn that was hanging. Yeah, this g-pawn. The e-pawn was defended. Black still had everything defended. And here, yeah, my pawns were falling. I had to make use of my h-pawn. Yeah, I'm wondering if I had anything better. I played this move. The idea was if check, then I'm winning after rook h5. Or if rook h1, then this is winning. But rook g1 check was very accurate. And then unfortunately, my king doesn't have a great place. I think this is just losing. Oh, was it here? I didn't take the pawn because queen f1 check. I lose my rook. So I thought my only hope was to run to the corner and set up the stalemate trap, which works out. So, okay, yeah, I guess you're asking about this moment, but yeah, if I could take the pawn and hold on to the rook, then I would definitely try and play that position.
Oh no, my prime.
But yeah, and to explain the stalemate trap, the reason why this happens so much. Oh, okay, never mind. New game starting. That was a quick break. Thank you, Nessarax. All right, let's play e4. Playing Grandmaster. Oh, playing Raven Sturt. We played last time in Title Tuesday. We're going to play the same variation too, I guess. He beat me last time. I wonder if he'll deviate. Trying to remember what line he played. don't think he played rook e8. Okay, so now we're following my final round game of the Qatar Masters. My opponent played rook e8 and I blitzed out this. Now, yeah, this should be slightly better for white. Oh yeah, b4. Okay, so this is the extent of my prep. But now what? Like a3 or c3? Or queen c3? I don't remember what happens after this. Rook d1. Yeah, I just have to play quickly. Yeah, rook was not that great on d1. Makes more sense on b1 now. c4 I take it because of the pin. d4 I take. Might just be heading towards a draw. That's kind of interesting. Takes. It's still equal material there. Envisioning my bishop getting to c6, which is not happening. Queen wants to go to d6, but then I win a5. Queen c5, rook fc1. Yeah, Raven is definitely very underrated on this account. I take there. Queen c2. That's some idea, not only hitting the pawn, but threatening queen c7. Really? Wow. Take there. I don't think I can resist. Oh, there's bishop e5. But even then... Bishop e5, I have queen h3. g6 I just take, and black king is naked. Queen b1. So now I'm threatening to take the queen because of the pin. There's rook b3, though. I should play queen e4. Still have queen e4. So confusing. Ay, ay, ay. Good game. That was a rough one. I hung a rook there. Didn't help. It's a 3-result game, though. I guess bishop e8 was... I mean, black was, like, controlling all these squares. It's crazy. Like, all these squares are controlled. Even these squares. Like, black just controlled the whole king side. Like, what can my queen do? My rooks were kind of passive. An a4... Black's probably for choice, although engine might just say it's equal. Let's see. Yeah, black's slightly for choice. Good game. I mean, b4 was the extent of my prep. And it's a close to equal position. Engine likes a4 here. To play a5 maybe. Like if c6... Oh, c6, c4. What if a5? Just ignore it. Oh, rook e1. Interesting. Okay. Good game, though. Oh, hello to Callum Grant. I see your message. Thanks for the words. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, did I miss anything, like, obvious? Of course, except apart from rook takes a4, missing the bishop. Okay, so taking was probably the best decision. Yeah, so he went into the critical line. Wow, look at this move. Look at this engine move. This is one way you can tell if someone's cheating. Rook h3. That's such a cool move, though. It's maybe findable in like a classical game, but in Blitz, it's like not a move that should cross your mind. What a move. Because the idea is if takes, then rook g8 and blocks for choice. So after rook h3, the best move for white is g3, weakening the light squares. Yeah, the piece coordination for black was so good. Okay, moving on. I'm tempted to play a Stafford. Almost mouse slipped king e5. Okay. having the same move order as the previous game. I'm still insisting. Okay. This might not be a true Stafford, depending what white does. Yeah, I first encountered this move against Dina Balankaya in a friendly game in Sochi many years ago. Only 2 years ago, actually. Yeah, there's still some Stafford ideas. Like knight g4. Not sure how effective they are, though. Just gotta roll with it. It's weird with the knight being on d3, because it can be sometimes a good defensive piece. Also kind of gets in the way of things. There. I think I should probably start with this. Calculating h3 and then just bishop b6. I leave my knight attacked. If it takes, then white's just gonna get crushed. So very weird type of Stafford type position. I am down a pawn. But I'm having fun. That's what matters. But what's my next move? Also, what is white's next move? 895. Idea takes and then win f7. G95 looks like a nice threat. Because I already have the queen, knight, bishop, other bishop, all aimed towards the king side. So now, yeah, now knight takes f2. Because I hit the queen. This knight's still hanging. I'm threatening to take on h3 with double check. Basically threatening mate in 3. Okay, so I'm up the exchange. I'm up the exchange and pawns are now equal. Can I take on h3? And there's bishop g4, which is kind of fancy. I don't think taking on h3 works. I do like bishop g4. Still in the spirit of the Stafford. Because whatever it takes, I take back with pawn. Meanwhile, I'm threatening to take on f3. And if white trades queens, I go into some much better endgame. Yeah, so I could force a queen trade. Castling comes to mind, but no, let's just go into that game. Okay. Hopefully I can convert this. F6, maybe G5 coming. Yeah, generally when you're up the exchange, you want to create open files. Okay, so takes. Could play a4. Actually, let's play this first, leaving the tension. Alright, to give away f5 for the knight. G4, not quite working. Let's try this move first. Oh, let's not plunder a bishop. And this. Wow. Oh no. Ay, 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 ay. Might not be winning this. Actually, probably worse here. Oh, I'm so sad. Okay. I think I just got too complacent. The knight started getting creepy crawly. 97. Actually, like, it's not completely winning, even here. I think this was a big mistake, G5. I was excited to, like, clamp down, but I should really keep the pawn back so it covers f5. What to do? Yeah, the opening was so nice, too. An engine will give, like, +2. +2? No. Oh, the engine says this is... the engine will want me to take, though. Or maybe not. For some reason, I thought this line was much better for white, but... I guess this is already playable for black. H5. Yeah, this is already, like, much better for black. Bishop G4, so... Engine likes rook D8. Yeah, maybe I was a little bit too quick to simplify. Although eventually, yeah, I will still end up taking. Okay, 3 points. I'm down about 30 rating points this tournament. What to do? Okay, not much time. Here we go. Have a Caro-Kann. Ooh, almost mouse slipped to something there. opponent wants to play f5. F5 is still possible even if I play knight g3. I'm taking time here to try and figure out what's happening. I think I have this move. It's like different move order that I'm not used to. Knight c3. c5's no good. Yeah, let's go for this. And the idea is to play d5. Problem is a5. So takes the knight's pinned, but the main idea is after takes I play this with the skewer, which I think my opponent forgot about. Rook takes is coming. I have to take. And queen, no. Let's take. I'm taking way too long there. So rook's attacked. I'm down 2 pawns. My opponent is made in one, but probably won't make a big difference. Yeah, unfortunately, that wasn't stalemate. Okay, that's rough. What to make of this game? Was that round 8? That was round 7. Okay. I was feeling good after d5, and then black took. And it became not so simple. Play queen c2. Yeah, like here, I was already burning a lot of time. Knight 92 is not the right move. Knight b1 is a hard move to play. King f1 may be findable. Queen b3 also very unnatural. Yeah, it's one of these positions that's like easier for black to play in blitz. Okay, so one more game until a break. I'm down about 40 points for the tournament. Oh yeah, the maiden one was queen g1 in this position. And my opponent like took time here. Or they took, I guess, 2 seconds, so not enough time. Thank you, X Creamy, for the sub. Also, thank you, Double B. And thank you, Robin Spector. Appreciate all the support. Thanks to everyone else who also subbed, who I didn't acknowledge. Java Thello. Got Franny ST. Nesserax from earlier. Yeah, I think this whole stream will probably go on the extra channel. Might have to make a clip out of the stalemate trap from earlier. I want to check this move order too. Knight d7. I played c4. Queen a5. I was considering c5. It's a move that obstructs the 5th rank for black. I was considering this line, but I guess this actually makes sense. Queen e4 maybe? Why not queen e4? Okay, queen e4 is playable. Engine likes b4, which is kind of cool. And d5 coming in many lines. Okay. Would you be willing to do a comprehensive Rosen trap guide on YouTube one day? Yeah, there's not too much to it. But I guess I am kind of lacking an instructional video covering the trap. It's mainly just like a lot of videos where I trap players with it. Okay. Moving on, playing the Alien Party. Yeah, I've reached the point I'm tilted enough. Like I'll play a Stafford if white allows, but okay, not getting a Stafford. Maybe King's Indian attack. B3. We might have a like Benoni type structure. Okay, this is kind of new. Yeah, I'll play... At least I'll try and play a solid setup. At 95. I feel like I should take first. And then 97. Might be a struggle finding a good square for the queen. B5 at some point. If I take... Okay, so we'll trade off a bit. Wait a minute, I have to calculate. Take, knight d5, e4, knight c7 there. I think that's okay. So calculations, e4, knight c7, rook d7, rook e8, and then bishop c6 will come. Yeah, it almost looks really bad, but bishop c6 next move. I think this was a... Assuming I'm not losing anything, this should be a good transformation for black. And once the rook goes away, I can contest the d-file. This d4 square looks nice for the knight. Okay, so b5. I guess the issue is, what am I doing next? It's not easy. I think my knight wants to come to b4 now. Target these things. I think I still play knight b4. So I'm threatening this and the a2 pawn. I guess I should note that I'm threatening to take and then play this. Or this and then take. And there's knight e6. Okay. I think bishop a6. I think I'm still winning a pawn. Bishop h3 coming. I think the king wants to be on e7 or d7. I'll admit that I just forgot f7 was hanging, but okay, hopefully it's okay. There. Wow. Threatening this, threatening both bishops. Oh! Oops. That's such a weird checkmate. I wasn't expecting to get checkmated. Oh. I thought I'm just like winning the knight. Oh no. There's a lot of winning moves here too. Wow. I had 8 seconds. Ah. Oh, I'm so sad. I've lost over 50 points this tournament. Actually lost about 60 points this tournament. That's so sad. Kudos to my opponent though. Not giving up. King e7 I guess was safer. I was so happy with how the game transpired. Got some nice positional type grind. Okay. Life goes on. And these elo fluctuations. Yeah, I got jump scared by White's checkmate. At least we have a nice long break, right? There's a couple players still playing. Yeah, looks like Nihal's gonna win. Unless... Hikaru is watching your stalemate. Yeah, people told me, but no one has provided a clip yet. I don't think. So, probably have to ask Hikaru for the VOD to get the clip. So, are there any games? Oh no, we're on break. Ooh, Limley leading the tournament. Magnus won. Let's see, Magnus. Magnus had a couple draws. And just beat Grishuk. Magnus playing h4 on move 1 against Grishuk. Thank you, P70, S6. So, what to do? I could take a small break and just leave chat amongst themselves. I could watch the Sinkfield Cup, which might still be happening. Or I could read Kramnik's blog post, which apparently mentions my name. At least my first name. Let me know if anyone has any strong preferences. Duck chess. I do have a duck. Do people hear the squeak? A little bit. I do want to glance at the Kramnik post because I think people were confused whether he was referring to me or Eric Hansen, but I don't want to have that cloud my mind before my next game. So yeah, let's wait until after the tournament. Oh, Hunter for Hire. Watch the Ponziani video. You won all your games with white. Let's go. Wait, he said my name? No. Now I have to look. No, okay. He specifies Hansen. Did it originally say Rosen though? Okay. Maybe it originally said Rosen. That would be I don't want to be sucked into all this whirlwind of chess drama. He said Rosen at first. It's kind of funny. I should counter with a very long rebuttal. Just have ChatGPT write it. Okay. Emote only back on. Okay, I've reached the point of tilt where if I can play Stafford, I'll play the Stafford. Here we go. Stafford Gambit, Entitled Tuesday. Happening now. Oh, opponent declines it though. That makes me sad. C4. And there's lines where I try and disturb white. Attack the d-pawn. Maybe now take. Let's start with check. Accelerating development. So now if I take. Honestly, it looks pretty good. I mean, there's queen a4, but I have knight c6. Knight's still pinned. Bishop's attacked. Knight's attacked twice. Queen defends the pawn. I think life is pretty good here. Oh, not to mention, queen a4, I also have b5, because queen takes, there's knight c2. And there's some funny lines like queen a4, b5. We might actually get them b5. Yeah, I was going to say takes and then knight c5. I guess it's a question, do I want to throw in this move first? Oh, wow. Spoiled for choice. I don't want to take too long. I feel like it makes sense to take first. And then play knight c5. I did burn a lot of time, but I think it was worth it. Okay, I probably have to take now. Why is white thinking? Actually, how do I deal with a threat, though? have to play this. Yeah, it's playable. Like C5. And the whole idea is to get the knight to D3. What to do? Not my day. A rough tournament. H6 was not a good move. Or HE5 is not a good move. Because it opens the file. Okay. Really struggling. At least I had that one stalemate trap. A brief period of happiness. Okay. Losing about 100 points this tournament. Not quite, though. I'll play Ponziani. At least a few people watching who like this opening. Okay, yeah, this is one of the most critical lines. What's the line here? Yeah, there's a few different approaches. Could play Rook G1. Is it Bishop E3? No, Bishop E3 doesn't look right. That's a super dangerous line, which I'm not in the right mental state to be going into. I just have to roll with it.
It's prime sub time.
Yeah, friendly reminder, if you have prime, it's sub time. I mean, I'm up 2 minor pieces. Black didn't win my rook. Hey, it's 2 new prime subs. It's really prime sub time. Yeah, if I can survive like the next few moves, then hopefully I'm just winning. But even when I get like a good or winning position, and still takes a lot of work. I mean, this does look really good though, because my king is pretty safe. Queen comes to d5. Like, where is black's counterplay? Even if pawn d5, I take, because knight e7 ideas. Okay. It's kind of tricky. Thinking bishop g2. I have 3 minor pieces for what, rook and 3 pawns. It's a cool material imbalance. It should be good for the 3 minors. Thank you, Patrick. Another first time prime. What should I just do? Can't believe I just did that. Yeah. Yeah, I went on time. Okay. I wasn't even looking at my opponent's clock. Just dropped a rook there. Not in good form today. But as we can see, the Ponziani is unbeatable. The final position is still interesting too. Because black can't easily advance. I guess g5 should be winning. I'm going to try and get counterplay here though. Yeah, I should really just take a break from chess and play Scrabble. That sounds like a nice idea. I gained 1 rating point from that game. Could have easily lost. Yeah, if I lost, I would have lost 15 rating points. Why bishop g2 instead of rook g2? Yeah, I was calculating this, and then this, and then this, and then this. But I guess black has no time to take my rook. I was just seeing ghosts. I should have played rook g2. I mean, this is also like pretty good until I dropped the rook. I just assumed something was defending the rook. Final game of Title Tuesday. I just want like a true Stafford. Okay, I'll play d5. We'll play something normal here. Yeah, this is a solid approach against White's opening. I mean, White's also being super solid. So positions like this, usually the action will happen later. But for now, we're just kind of doing our own thing. This is a typical maneuver to get the knight to d4. Also setting up for the next game. This joke applies more to over-the-board chess, because online chess, you don't really set the pieces up for the next game. Anyway, okay, let's play knight d5. White's going for the kingside attack. We might see knight h3. Okay, knight h3, knight d4, queen g4. Maybe some knight f5 at some point. Wow. I mean, I have to accept. So what's the point? I guess queen g6, but I have knight d4, which does a few things. It defends the pawn twice, and it cuts off the bishop, so knight f6 is now less attractive. Bishop c1 might be played. Bishop c1, maybe knight f5. Yeah, pawn is still a target. Interesting. Okay, what to do? Take with the rook. Take with bishop, take there. I'm not super comfortable. Like maybe bishop c8. Looks passive, but take. I think I'm going to go for this. Basing this off of like kind of a shaky line. So calculation is bishop takes, bishop f5, knight f6, h4, queen c6. So this defends but also attacks. So now everything's defended. This defends this, which defends everything else. Okay. Okay. It's nice to finish with a win. It was a tough tournament. I was definitely under pressure there. Like, The sack, I think, ended up being still very tricky. I'm not sure if rook takes d6 was the best move. I wanted to take with the bishop. The problem is after it takes here, bishop f5. And, okay, maybe I can run, but then at the very least it's a draw for white. And when I played rook takes d6, I saw this position and saw this idea. I didn't see white can try d7, but thankfully queen c6 still worked. And I should also note, like, I can't take with a knight because I get mated. So crucial I take with a queen. So I can check with the engine real quick. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. So the engine like says white's already for choice after knight d6. I played the best move. And then I'm losing. Wow. But my opponent didn't quite find the right continuation. D7's still winning though. Really? Only move rook e4. That's hard to find. Doesn't make sense because my knight can't take his mate. Okay. I guess I'm fortunate to score 5 points this tournament. Hey, it's Paisor squared. Shout out to Mari. Thanks for watching. Asking what is stalemate? Yeah, stalemate is when neither player wins. It's when the game ends in a draw, basically. And earlier I was very happy to get stalemate because I was losing. I still have to find the Hikaru clip reacting to that. Okay. So, wow. Lim Lei taking first on tiebreaks. Tied with Magnus. Is this Arjun? I think this is Arjun. Arjun in third. Okay. I know there were a lot of people earlier that wanted me to take a look at the Kramnik post. So apparently Kramnik mentioned my first name and last name. I don't know if I want to like read through this. So people are telling me that I guess the post has since been updated to identify the correct Eric. Yeah, I'm probably going to stay out of this. Right? Like, maybe I'll go outside, get some fresh air. Just had a lot of chess to cool down a little bit. So, what more to say?